All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit our goal of 8,000 subs. Thank you guys very much. We're going to be giving away a jersey on our live show here soon. But, guys, we're looking at 9K subs now. We're getting to Thanksgiving time. We're getting to Christmas time. We would love to hit 10Ks by December 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there, so we can give someone $1,000 for the Christmas gifts. That'd be a huge lift off someone's shoulders. So please get us a 10K. We love what we're doing. Thank you guys for the support. 12K subs after the 10K. We're going to send someone to a game. Probably not the Super Bowl. Don't get any ideas, guys. But we're gonna do our best to send you guys to two people to a couple games of your choice. That's probably not the Super Bowl. But guys, thank you again for all the support. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get some NCAA football picks and props for Wednesday, November 8th slate of games. Trey, let's look at that leaderboard. Start us off.
Yes, let's go. Sorry, college basketball running through my veins right now. But I gave out Ohio minus 6.5 versus Buffalo. At the moment, it's tied 10-10. But at the end of the day, Curtis Rourke's a dog, and he's going to drive down for a touchdown and get that cover for us.
Seth?
Yeah, NIU forgot how to play football a little bit in this game. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know what happened there. They're losing to one of the worst teams in the MAC conference. I guess that's MACtion football for you. You never know what you're going to see, and Ball State is out there whooping them. So it's 17-17. 3 minutes left. It would be very hard to cover 8.5 points, but you never know.
Yeah, and someone commented at halftime that we all three lost, but we're probably going to go 2-1 because I think Ohio will drive the ball down the field and score on Buffalo. Central Michigan is currently up 28-21. I do have the over 56.5 points, and I have Central Michigan plus 3.5. There's still an entire fourth quarter to play, so that one is looking really good to go 2-0 there. But let's take a look at the plays for tomorrow. Trey, starts off.
Yeah, I'm going to get us started here with the Akron at Miami, Ohio game. And this game's going to be a pretty fun one to watch, only if you're going to be betting on Miami, Ohio here. Give me them here minus 17.5 in this game. I truly feel like they're just going to beat the crap out of this Akron team. And I'm also going to take a special play here as well. I'm going to go over to the halves, and I'm going to take the second half to be the highest scoring half at plus 150. I absolutely love both of these plays. Akron, they might be the worst third quarter team in the entire country. And by halftime, usually their games are pretty close. But whenever they come out of half, they give up a ton of points. Whenever they have played two good MACtion teams, they have allowed them to each score 20-plus points in the third quarter and let it bleed into the fourth as well to get blown out in both those games after keeping it close in the first half. And I expect that to continue here. I expect Miami, Ohio to only be up around a touchdown at halftime, but then jump all over Akron in the second half. In Miami, Ohio, they are coming this game red hot as well, winners of 7 of their last 8 games. Their only loss was to Bears Toledo Rockets team by 4 points. And I expect them to send a message here to the rest of the MAC in a big blowout win. Miami, Ohio, they've won 6 straight games against Akron. And in those 6 games, winning those by an average score of 30-12. I expect something similar in this game. Give me Miami, Ohio to beat down Akron. I'm taking them here minus 17.5 on the spread and taking the second half to be the highest scoring half.
Love it, Trey. Love both those plays. Seth?
Yeah, and I'm going to go to the Bowling Green and Kent State game, and I'm going to take Bowling Green here at minus 8.5. I also do not mind the under at all in this one. But if you watched last week's game, you know this is going to be an ugly game for Kent State. And I'm sure Bear followed this because of his love for the MACtion. But Kent State blew a 17-point fourth quarter lead by giving up 21 points in the fourth quarter to another one-win team. I was baffled, extremely baffled just watching that game. I said, how in the world do you do that? But they do that because they only have one win, and that win came against an FCS school, and their offense normally does not score very many points, which is why I love Bowling Green. Before last game, they were averaging 14.1 points per game, and I just do not see a team with one win responding well to their huge blown loss in that one. I really do not personally believe Bowling Green will need that many points to cover in this 8.5 in this one, and I think Bowling Green is the better team. I personally don't believe Bowling Green will need many points to cover this at 8.5 because of Kent State's offensive struggles. Bowling Green is the better team here. Kent State is coming off an awful loss. I just favor Bowling Green big time in this game.
Yeah, I do like that play as well. Are we getting overtime, Trey? Is that what that is?
We're getting overtime. Northern Iowa had 3 shots at the rim. My butthole's tight. College basketball.
I need to
watch our college basketball video, guys.
I need to cover this screen because when I see Trey's reaction, it makes me go off my nose. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at Eastern Michigan going up against Toledo. I'm going to take Toledo My Rockets minus 18.5 to blow the doors off Eastern Michigan. Toledo this season has the third best rushing offense in the country, going up against the 120th rush defense in the country. Toledo should be able to run the ball every single play here and be able to get chunk yards on every single play as well. Eastern Michigan has a really bad offense going up against a Toledo offense that's going to put up a boatload of points in this game this season. Eastern Michigan on the offensive side of the ball, they rank 120th or worse in all the major categories. That includes points scored, total yards, passing yards, and rushing yards per game. There's only 134 FBS teams, so they are very, very bad this season. They also have their starting quarterback questionable in this game, so if he's unable to go, those numbers might even be worse. Toledo is also really good at putting pressure on the quarterback, and they have one of the best red zone defenses in the country as well, ranking 7th in red zone scoring defense. I think Toledo at home here blows this game out of the water, 28-35 points. So I'm going to take them minus 18.5 as my play. Guys, let's go over the player props. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, at the moment, I am 0 for 0, but I did give out Jace Bauer under 220.5 pass yards versus Western Michigan. This bet was sure betted up until he absolutely broke my heart and threw a 67-yard bomb for a touchdown and put him at 205. So we don't need him to pass the ball for the rest of the game. We just got to hold out hope.
Seth?
Yeah, and I'm going to look at mine now because when I last looked, he was at 70 rushing yards, and they've since had the ball back. So I just want to make sure he is at 73. We need 5 more yards from him. The game's tied 17-17. I don't know if they're going to get the ball back, but we got to cross our fingers and hope they do get the ball back.
Yeah, and I should be 1-0, but I'm not going to take it. I had Marion Lukes over his rushing yards. He's currently got 140 rushing yards, and I know it wasn't going to be above 100. So he did catch. If any of you guys found it out there, I couldn't find it. FanDuel, DraftKings, PrizePicks, nothing. So I couldn't find it anywhere, so I'm not going to take a win for it. But he does have 140 yards on the ground against Western Michigan. But let's move on to our plays for tomorrow. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to go over to the rush yards. I'm going to take a guy that I took last week. Give me Peny Boone to go over 115.5 rush yards versus Eastern Michigan. Boone, as you guys can see on the screen, he smashed the over for us last week against Buffalo. He finished that game with 125 rush yards. And just whenever I thought that Buffalo might be the worst rush defense for him to face this season, and then I took a peek at this Eastern Michigan team, and then they one-upped them. Because this Eastern Michigan team, they give up the 12th most rushing yards per game in the entire country, with an average of 198.4 rush yards per game. And whenever you factor in that Boone, he is easily the head and shoulders #1 back in this Rockets offense. He should just get a ton of work in this game because Toledo, they should be up big early and throughout this game. I just see no reason why Boone cannot replicate what he did last week against Buffalo. So give me Peny Boone to go over 115.5 rush yards versus Eastern Michigan.
Love it, Trey. Seth?
Yeah, and if I do remember correctly, Trey did take this quarterback's under last week, and that was Connor Bazelak. I am going to piggyback off my game pick on this one for Connor Bazelak. Like I mentioned for the game pick, I do not believe Bowling Green will have to put up a ton of points to win this game because of how good their defense and run game has been. The under is a safe play here for me because Bowling Green runs the ball 34 times per game, where they throw 24.1 pass attempts per game. They rely more heavily on the run due to the fact that they just struggle to throw the ball in general. This team ranks 129th in college football, only averaging 129.6 pass yards per game. And to be honest, I don't trust Bazelak at all as he hit this under in his last 3 games while also hitting the under in 5 of his 7 games that he started this season. This Bowling Green team runs the ball way more than they throw it. I'm not going to take my chances here on his over despite the bad team they're playing. They just do not throw it enough to make me comfortable taking his over here. And they're likely going to be leading this game throughout, so they're going to try to eat clock up on the ground. So I do like his under pass yards in this game.
Yeah, I like that one as well, Seth. For my player prop today, I'm going to take Sampson Evans of Eastern Michigan to go over 44 yards rushing against Toledo. My guy Trey has the monster for Toledo, which I think is a really good play for him. So I'm going to go to the other sideline here. I'm going to take the Eastern Michigan running back over 42.5. It's gone down actually. Against Toledo on the ground. Toledo has the 16th ranked defense through the air this season, so I don't think Eastern Michigan is going to be able to throw the ball, especially if their quarterback isn't able to go. Over the last 5 games for Evans, he's been averaging 13 carries per contest, and he's gone over 40 yards in 3 of the 5 games. I think EB is going to lean on him a little bit more in this game because, again, Toledo, it's really good in the secondary, and they get kind of gashed up front. On the season, they're allowing 152.9 yards per game on the ground, which isn't great, and it's towards the bottom half of the NCAA this season. I think he becomes the workhorse in this game, even though they will probably be blown out in this game. I still think he's going to get a lot of work, so I'm going to take Sampson Evans to go over 42.5 rushing yards as my play. Trey, throw up the graphics. Seth, start us off.
Yeah, and I have Bowling Green minus 8.5 against Kent State, who absolutely blew a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter, so their psyche is not going to be very good in this game. And then I also have Bowling Green quarterback Connor Bazelak to go under 180.5 passing yards. They run the football way more than they pass it, so I don't like his chances to hit his over here.
Trey?
I have Miami, Ohio, minus 17.5 versus Akron. Akron might be one of the worst teams in college football. Also took Peny Boone over 115.5 rush yards versus Eastern Michigan. Dude's a stud. He's going to get tons of work. I think he should be able to get to 120.
Yeah, and I like Toledo minus 18.5 to blow the doors off of Eastern Michigan, and I put Peny Boone down there. Probably shouldn't have because I saw Trey, but I did take Sampson Evans over 42.5 rushing yards as my player prop. But guys, that's going to do it for NCAA football plays for Wednesday, November 8th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like in this video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's two options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,